everybody, welcome to Top Growth Financial. Today I wanted to go over Lucid stock, and this is something I want to go over for a while. I think it's a very interesting company. I think they have a lot of progressions that they're going to be making into the future that is really going to impact their company. They're working on a lot of different things right now, and I just wanted to update you guys on this. I know recently I did a video on CCIV. It wasn't too far back, a couple weeks ago, and they have merged with Lucid. They are a subsidiary of Lucid Motors, and recently their stock price has been moving up, and I think this is because people are starting to see them more as a production car company, not just in their developmental stage as they have been. They're starting to get some real revenues coming in, and I think because of all the reservations that they have for their Lucid Air model, there's a lot of potential there for growth. So Lucid just recently kicked off their production preview week, and what they did is they just took you into their Arizona factory for the first time. They really haven't opened this up to the public yet until this point. And so they really give you an up-to-date view on manufacturing progress, delivery timeline, and near-term business outlook. So in terms of production progress, the attendees at this event were able to see, okay, what's going on in this facility. They were able to look at the production line and see these cars being manufactured. The Lucid Air Dream model specifically, there's 520 of those vehicles that they want to roll out here soon. In fact, people that reserve their Lucid Air Dream Edition model will be able to get that vehicle starting later this month, which is really cool that they're actually going to start rolling out those vehicles. And it really gives investors a sense that things are coming to life right now. Like they're actually producing vehicles. And also they're going to be ramping up production for their Grand Touring, and Air Pure models, which that number of 520 is consistent with their sales guidance of less than 1,000 vehicles for 2021. So they're still staying in line. They didn't beat that number, but we really didn't expect them to. All we wanted to see that they're actually producing these vehicles and they are going to at least hit some type of target. So in terms of reservation for their vehicles, they now have 13,000 reservations for the Lucid Air model. And this is up from 10,000 4 months ago, I believe. And they wanted to get 20,000 models out by year 2022 and 50,000 models by 2023. So they have big expectations for the growth of their company, which I'd love to see. And that is going to generate revenues of $2.2 billion and $5.5 billion respectively. So the people that attended this event were also able to test drive the vehicles, and they basically said, okay, MotorTrend was right. This is a flawless vehicle. It drove perfect, and all the features in it are really next level. It's almost like a car from the future. Another positive outlook for this company is they're offering a cashless warrant redemption program in which public holders of these warrants are going to receive about half a share of Lucid stock for each warrant, in which it reduces the share price dilution risks from the conversion of warrants, and it also gives investors the opportunity to invest in Lucid for the long term. I also think this is just a huge testament to Lucid to be able to finance their long-term growth initiatives. So when you look at what they're doing for the future, also their Dream Drive driver assistance program is just phenomenal. When you look at it compared to really any other self-driving program out there, you can compare it with Tesla's, and it's better in the fact that it keeps the driver engaged at all times. And that's the main thing that differentiates Dream Drive from, say, Tesla. The main complaint with Tesla's self-driving system is that the driver really doesn't have to be attentive while behind the wheel, which has led to some car accidents recently, as you've probably seen in the news. And I know it's technically not Tesla's fault because you're supposed to always be holding onto the wheel no matter what. It's against the law not to be, but you technically don't have to be inside the car. What their Dream Drive Pro does is it basically knows what you're doing at all times. If you have your hands on the wheel, it makes sure that you're engaged to be able to use that program, which I think is a very good safety feature, and it's going to keep a lot of other people safe also. So next I want to talk about some of the upcoming catalysts that could push the stock price up from where it is at currently. And I think that the biggest thing that's going to push the stock price up is going to be their earnings release coming up. And this is supposed to happen in early to mid-November. And why I think this is so important is because it's going to shed light on exactly where they are in terms of their process and how far that they've come. And it also gives some financial information along with their business outlook. I think that if everything goes well with their earnings call, it's going to really boost investors' confidence, and the stock price is going to do better because of that. And I really do expect their earnings call to be positive. I think that in the short term, Lucid stock is definitely a buy. I think it's definitely lower than what it's going to be here in the near future after this earnings call. I think this is a great catalyst and a good buying opportunity for the short term. I still would expect the stock to be in the sub $25 level for the next couple of weeks till that earnings call comes out. Given that the earnings call goes well, I think the stock price is going to reflect that positively also. So I think that the current price is definitely a reasonable buy opportunity. But also I want you guys to be very wary of the stock market's direction in general. Just because stocks are moving up and everything's doing really well right now, it doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. There could be a stock market crash that's coming up in the near future. There's definitely a lot of indicators that point to that potential. So I just want you guys to be aware of that to make a more educated decision. Of course, don't make any financial decision without consulting a professional first, which I am not. I'm just a dedicated investor trying to give information to you guys so you guys can make a more educated decision. So with that, I wanted to go over what TipRanks Investors had to say. There's a lot of good analysts on there. I just kind of wanted to compare my opinion with theirs before we kind of wrap this whole thing up. So looking at the Lucid Group stock forecast and price targets, it's at a moderate buy with 2 buy ratings, 1 sell rating, and they have it at a negative 3.11% downside at 23.33. Right now it's at about 24 bucks. So I don't know how the 12-month forecast is going to pan out. I definitely think in the near future it's going to do well, and they have a lot of good things going on for them. So I would definitely put this stock at a buy. I don't necessarily agree with their price targets. I think it's going to do better than they think it's going to do. But just to give you guys some alternate opinions, this is the average of what 3 analysts have their price targets at. But when you look at their stock analysis and ratings, their smart score is a 9. And this is to outperform the market. The consensus analyst rating is a moderate buy. TipRanks Investors sentiment is very positive. You got neutral blogger opinions and bullish news sentiment, which is always good. There is currently not enough data available for hedge fund activity, but it is always good if hedge funds are investing and there's some institutional interest in stocks, because that's just a large amount of money that can move into that company. And the technicals are pretty positive. 148.76% change momentum over the last 12 months. So hopefully after this, you guys have a better understanding of Lucid and what they've been doing recently and what they're going to be doing a little bit into the future. And you guys can make a better decision on investing in this company now. I am invested in Lucid, and I think they're a good company. I think it's going to go up here in the future, especially with that earnings call coming out. So just make sure you stay posted for my future videos. We're just trying to get you guys as educated as possible with all these different stocks that we're kind of breaking down and analyzing. So Mitch is going to be doing a video on Bitcoin here soon. I know a lot of people are interested in that, and he's just going to kind of clear the air, like what is Bitcoin, and he's going to talk about if you should be investing in it and how it kind of relates to everything else in the stock market. If it correlates with it, does it not correlate with it? Is it a hedge against inflation? What is Bitcoin? He's going to go over all of that. So just stay posted for that video. And with that, thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful day.